Pleasant good evening to one and all. This evening, I'm here in Speightstown, St. Peter. I'm going to do a video of Speightstown, St. Peter once again. First of all, I'm starting at the edge of the bus stand, the bus terminal, which I will get back to shortly. This is the Speightstown bus terminal here. I will go out the front road. And then come back through here. This is one bus here. Going back to Speightstown. This is the bus terminal here, the Speightstown bus terminal here. Where the buses come out from. The buses out from there. So this is the front road here. Known as the Kate and our husband's highway, this is also referred to as the Speightstown bypass road, which was opened here around 1990 or so. Over here is the tarmac, the parking space for the privately owned yellow bus. They're parked here. This space here, where the Nichols Bakery outlet is. Nichols Bakery outlet. So I'll come back and lead you back to Chapet and so on. Since COVID, they stopped the buses from setting off or picking up passengers from here. Since COVID. Straight ahead now we'll lead you back to the north of the island in the parish of St. Lucie. Straight ahead we'll lead you back to the parish of St. Lucie. This is the northernmost parish here in Barbados. So this is the bus terminal here in Speightstown. You can see the new electric buses parked here. The bus terminal. This is the terminal and a depot, all in one. So I'm going through Major Walk now. Again, the Speightstown bus terminal. The Speightstown Pavilion. And the basketball court and everything is out here. This is the entrance where the buses will go in from. So this is Major Walk to start with. The basketball court here. You can see the diesel pump for the buses. The diesel section for the buses. And some of the buses are parked here. As I said before, this is a terminal and a depot all in one. So it is Speightstown bus terminal and depot. So this is Major Walk, and this is the police station here, District E. Police station. Majority of these streets here in Speightstown are one-way streets. Entrance to the police station. The District E police station here was originally in Station Hill, St. Peter, which is just above Speightstown. Above here, Station Hill in St. Peter, up the hill, heading towards Ashton Hall. Then around 2009-2010, it was later transferred down to Speightstown, District E police station, here in the parish of St. Peter. The only parish in Barbados that doesn't have a police station right now is St. John. St. John uses St. Philip Police Station, District C, because they are close by. Or major walk here, or Sand Street, the back of Sand Street. This is the Alma Paris Academy. My aunt is the principal here, first of all. The Alma Paris Academy, which was opened around 1995 or 1996. Alma Paris is one of those schools for slow learners. You can see the old St. Peter's school next door, and you can see the St. Peter's Parish Church here as well. Alma Paris was one of those schools for children who were not well academically, used to attend school here. However, in 2017, under the last government, the school was closed because no one passed this school when they set the common entrance exam, so they decided to close it down. But later it was reopened in February of 2025. My aunt was a teacher there before. She was the teacher, IT teacher there before. Then when the school closed, she was transferred to another department in the ministry. And now the school is open back. She was made principal of the Alma Paris Academy. Alma Paris is a secondary school for children who were not well academically, used to go to school, used to attend school there. Back. This is Orange Street here in Speightstown now. Orange Street, Speightstown. I will not be going to. I will eventually end up in Orange Street, but not yet. I'm going to go Sand Street first. This is north, in a northerly direction. The Speightstown Resort Center. Here you can hear the dominoes slamming and so on. The beach here, the northwestern coastline it is. So I'm here again, once again, doing another video in Speightstown with a higher resolution camera. So this time, another guest house here. Sunset Sand Holiday Apartments right here. This is all the sea here in Speightstown Beach. The northwestern coastline it is. The sun is about to set. This is the White Sands Holiday Apartment right here. So once upon a time, this was the old road to Speightstown before the highway, the top road that I just started from was built. This was the road everyone had to use to get into Speightstown. The Bayer restaurant here, Bayer. So when the highway was built, unfortunately, most people start moving out of this part of town into the further up above section. Let me rephrase that. When the top road was open, then most people start moving from this side, which is the back, or moving to the top section. Sand Street Bistro here again. We can see all down to our rock cement plant in St. Lucie, and we can see all down to Almond Beach and Hayward's Beach, all in Speightstown. Hayward's Beach is down Speightstown as well. And this is all Hayward's Road and 6 Mains. Everyone had to use this road to get to the north of the island into St. Lucie long before there was any K&R Husbands Highway. I will show you just now. All the Sand Street Bistro. So this is Sand Street now. Once upon a time, all of here was chattel houses. Years ago, all of here were chattel houses. Bayer restaurant again. The White Sands Holiday Apartments in the back of Sand Street here. The White Sands Holiday Apartments. Going back at the beach. Back down to Sand Street. Before I forget to mention, this is a one-way street. This here, Poppy's Guest House. So a lot of guest houses are through here in Sand Street. Yeah. I'm further down north. Okay. But Speightstown St. Peter can be sometimes referred to as the West Coast. It is bordering with the West Coast part of it, especially this part here, which is just on the tip of St. Peter, in close proximity to St. James. So they will say that this is the West Coast. So I would say northwesterly, back at the resort center. We can back up to Sands through Major Walk again and the Armor Parish School. But where the Armor Parish School sits now was the old bus stand. The old bus stand used to be here. Forgot to mention that when it first came up, when it first came through. The course bar and restaurant here. I will take my time and watch this town. This quick little town, which can be sometimes referred to as a ghost town. Some people refer to it as a ghost town. Orange Street Grocer right here. Orange Street Grocer. PRC Bakery. PRC Bakery. Esplanade here. Speightstown Esplanade. Going through the churchyard of St. Peter's Parish Church. No. St. Peter's Parish Church dates back to 1837. It was destroyed by fire on the 21st of April 1980 on a fire that hit Church Street, which is over here. It was later rebuilt and rededicated in 1983. The church sustained minor damage, even though the organ went down in the fire. The organ and some of the windows and so on went down. The pipe organ would have been 99 years old at the time when it went down. When the church was rebuilt and reopened in 1983, the organ was then the church was later retrofitted with an electronic organ. This church has a small cemetery, not a big one. A minor cemetery. This is the church bell here. Church bell here. The bell was later placed here when the church was refurbished and rebuilt in 1983. This is the bell here. So they later built this belfry in the 80s when the church was rebuilt. They took the bell from out in here and placed it in here. So St. Peter's Parish Church is an Anglican church. For your information, if you wanted to know what denomination it was, it's an Anglican church. This church has a small cemetery. It's nothing major. They don't bury people here anymore. The last person that got buried here was Dorothy Cook Johnson from the Cancer Society. She was later rested somewhere in this churchyard. But other than that, they don't put no people in here anymore. Yes, St. Peter's does have a cemetery. So this is St. Peter's Anglican Church, St. Peter's Parish Church in the heart of Speightstown. The Welch family grave. Rupert K. Welch and Winston Carlo Welch. The Jokes family grave here as well. So see that these graves are old. So that would tell you that they don't ever put no people here anymore. St. Peter's Parish Church, Anglican Episcopal, a lovely church. known as the Cathedral of the North, church bell. St. Peter's Parish Church. Now we're leaving now. And again, I can go through this gate here. I can go through this gate. Which will take you onto Queen Street. Challoner, the Challoner family grave. Yes, Dorothy Johnson, Peter Johnson, which would be her husband, Dorothy Johnson. And Dorothy Johnson is laid to rest here at St. Peter's Churchyard in loving memory of Dr. Dorothy Johnson, founder of the Barbados Cancer Society, headmistress of the St. Winifred School, beloved mother and grandmother, true sister and friend. Nor with gladness, nor with courage, bear the burden on thee laid, that hereafter these thy labors may with endless gifts be paid. To Dorothy's husband and Dorothy, grave. Two of our Prime Minister's funeral services were here as well, Owen Arthur and then Lloyd Erskine Sandiford. The two predeceased each other. Lloyd Erskine Sandiford was the Prime Minister after our Barrow died. Our Walton Barrow died in 1987. Lloyd Erskine Sandiford became the Prime Minister from 1987 to 1994. And then Owen Arthur became the Prime Minister from 1994 to 2008. All two of them funeral services were here at St. Peter. Now going through Church Street. This is Church Street. Going through Church Street. And this is the Eddie's trading store here. So this is Church Street. The name Church Street came about because of the St. Peter's Parish Church. Eddie's trading store and the Eddie's supermarket here. So Church Street is a one-way. Eddie's supermarket here. Church Street. So I won't go all the way through Church Street. This is all the Eddie's supermarket here, Eddie's trading. Peter's Parish Church again. As I said before, St. Peter's Parish Church was built in 1837, destroyed by fire in 1980, and rebuilt and rededicated in 1983. S.Y. Adams store here, which was once Wally's clothing store. Wally's was in here first, up until late 2016 or early 2017. Esprit Adams, which is a Muslim-owned Indian store, moved in here afterwards. Esprit Adams has a lot of stores in town. Now going on the Esplanade now, the jetty. One time this was a two-way street, but as you can see, this is a one-way street now. One way. We're going on the jetty now. This is all the Esplanade here. All these northwestern coastline here in Barbados. So this jetty was originally a board flooring. Around 2012 or so, some of the boards started to fall out. So that is why they had to rebuild it. They had to close it down to public. They closed it to the public access in 2012, and we opened it in mid-2020. All here is where the Speightstown town center is. See the sun setting. So over to the north of the hill. You see the Arawak cement plant. This is that Chaka Hall, St. Lucie. St. Lucie is direct north. St. Lucie is direct north. The only parish that borders St. Lucie is St. Peter. St. Peter's Parish Church back here again. All the north coastline, northwestern coastline. But it's kind of like a ghost town. Like I said before, this ghost town business only came about after they closed. After they built the highway, the front road, then most businesses started moving out. Most people started moving. The Speightstown Fish Market here. Most people started moving into Speightstown, moving to the front road and neglecting this spot. There's still a lot of businesses down behind here though. It's not neglected as much, but as you can see, the front road here in Speightstown is livelier than the back where we are now. The old salt pond here, the back of the Esprit Adams store, Fisherman's Pub Restaurant, which is run by Mr. Clement Armstrong. Fisherman's Pub is established in 1936. Speightstown from 1603. History of Speightstown from 1603 to 2003. DaCosta Manning's building. The old DaCosta Manning's building. It was Manning's Appliance and Furniture Store first. Then it was later DaCosta Manning's Appliance and Furniture Store. DaCosta Manning's closed down at this location in 2009, April. DaCosta Manning's, DaCosta Manning's was still operating, and it would have been renamed to Massey, because Massey took over all the DaCosta Manning's stores in Barbados. Looking back at the Fisherman's Pub restaurant. This is the Little Bristol Beach Bar here. By the way, Speightstown was referred to as Little Bristol, Little Bristol Beach Bar. Speightstown was referred to as Little Bristol years ago. The old Noah Roach building where the Noah Roach pharmacy was. The building is now neglected as well too. Just chilling bar. You see the seat behind here? Just chilling bar. Just chilling bar here in Speightstown. CIBC Bank, First Caribbean, CIBC Bank. CIBC Bank here. So Speightstown, I would call Speightstown a rural town because it is in the countryside. St. Peter is a rural parish. So I would say that Speightstown is a rural town. A town in the country. This is one of Barbados' 4 towns, Speightstown. Barbados has Speightstown, Bridgetown, Holetown, and Oysterstown. Courts Appliance Store, which was supposed to be closing at the end of March, to open in the new W Plaza, which is at Welch's, St. Thomas. Courts supposed to be closing, but it's still open. But it eventually will close to open in a mega mall at W Plaza. Yeah. So this is all Courts. Courts is going to eventually close from this location. I little captured a bit of it before it closes. They said that Courts was supposed to close. This is the All Seasons boutique here. They said that Courts was supposed to close at the end of March, along with the one up in Sky Mall and Haggett Hall. I believe that they are closing down because the Royal Bank of Canada ATM here. I believe that they are closing down because of the closeness to the W Plaza. They are in close proximity to W Plaza at Welch's, the close access. So that's just my thought. Doesn't mean that I'm right. Chapel Street in Speightstown. So I'm visiting this town now even more. I have my new phone camera. So this is the back of Speightstown. You can see the Methodist Church here again, Speightstown Methodist Church. To the back of Kentucky. There's a Kentucky at the front road as well. So as I said, when the more businesses move out from behind here it gets more and more dead. KFC in Speightstown, Kentucky. KFC in Speightstown. And this is the Speightstown Methodist Church here at Chapel Street, Speightstown, which dates back to 1859. Speightstown Methodist Church. It's about 1859. So this is Chapel Street in Speightstown. And this is the old Methodist Training Institute, which later became the Speightstown, which was the Speightstown Boys School as well. Back to Garden Alley at the side of the former Manning store. So the back of the Speightstown Methodist Church, you can see the breadfruit trees here. So we are still in the country, and even though it is a town, the back of the Methodist Training Institute, that building is now abandoned or neglected also. Even if it isn't neglected, it is abandoned. No one is occupying it. We're headed to the back of the Chafet restaurant. So this is Chafet, Speightstown, Chafet restaurant. Most of the times, wherever you find a Kentucky, you will find a Chafet nearby. Chafet is exclusive to Barbados. Chafet is exclusive to Barbados. While Kentucky is a worldwide establishment. KFC, Speightstown, you know KFC. Chafet restaurant here, with the drive-thru. Chafet is owned by a Trinidadian national by the name of Assad John Hallett, but he has a great number of fast food outlets here in Barbados. The Shell gas station here, which was once Shell. This is the back onto the KNR Husbands Highway. This way back to the bus terminal and back to the north of the island, where I would have basically started my video. Shell gas station here in Speightstown. So thank you guys for watching now, and do have a blessed and a wonderful evening.